Welcome to the Personal Finance Podcast for Doctors. This podcast aims to simplify all aspects of personal finance and helps you make smart and informed choices about money so that you can live happier and stress-free lives. Today's episode is brought to you by Chanda, who is a financial coach and vice president with the doctor practice at MFA, the only company in India having a dedicated practice for doctors.
Hi everyone. If you guys have been listening to my podcast, you would know that I usually like to look back at my experiences, learn from it, and share it with you all. So I just had this bizarre conversation with one of my doctor clients. He's a 60-year-old orthopedic surgeon, smart investor, more than a decade since he's been investing with us. He was doing SIPs across different funds, but somehow he kept feeling that one of his schemes isn't doing well. Now, what does not doing well mean? For him, it meant that he was investing in this for last 2 years on my recommendation, of course, but it wasn't beating the peers in terms of returns generated. So he wanted to stop investing in that scheme. What he wasn't understanding was that there are macro factors behind a scheme selection. The scheme was different, had a different strategy, a different stock selection, was going through a phase in its own cycle of investing. Now, in the last 6 months of 2024, the tables have turned. This scheme is doing much better than the peers and even the benchmark. Now he calls me and he says, I want to stop it because it's just doing too well. It is overvalued. So let's do a sip in something else. Oh my God, it took a great deal of time to counsel him and show him the reason that he needs to do nothing right now and just sit tight and believe that this scheme is going to deliver him the returns that will help him to achieve his goals. He finally agreed. As I look back at this, I feel that we all go through so many emotions, biases, fear, uncertainty when we take investment calls. Every investor, every single one of them have asked themselves at some point or the other, is it the best time to invest? And honestly, if you ask me, depending on who you ask, there is always going to be something right or something wrong somewhere, and that is going to impact your decision of whether you should invest or not to invest. The truth is, the absolute best time to invest was in the past. The opportunity has gone. We can't turn back the clock. We can't change missed opportunities. But the good news is, the next best time to invest is right now. Because investing isn't about perfect timing. It's about time in the market. The sooner you invest, the more time your money has to grow. Waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for the perfect scheme often results in missed chances and regret. The key is to take action now rather than waiting for the perfect conditions that may never come. There's another perspective on the best time to invest. The best time to invest can also be when no one else wants to. During periods of pessimism in the market, when there is fear, when there's uncertainty, many shy away from investing. However, these times can present some of the most lucrative opportunities, like it did for my client in his SIP. Markets go up and down all the time. It's normal. And history has shown that those who invest during downturns often reap significant rewards when markets recover. So don't wait for the stars to align. The best time to invest is now, whether the market is booming or in a slump, because today, what are we hearing? The market is on a high. We have beat the 25,000 mark. Don't know what is going to happen in the future. The interest rates are going to fall. The US election is coming and there is news all over. But the truth is that you have to think of investing as if you are planting a tree. You nourish it with water, with sunlight, with time. Growth doesn't happen overnight. You won't dream of pulling out the roots every few weeks to check if your plant is growing. Doing so is only going to harm the tree and stunt its growth. Instead, you trust the process. You know that there is patience and care which is required, and the tree will eventually flourish. Investing works in pretty much the same way. In the world of investing, there's often a temptation to constantly check and tinker with your portfolio. The urge to monitor every fluctuation in the market, to react to every piece of news can be overwhelming. But just like with the tree, incessantly digging into your investments, making impulsive changes can be detrimental to your long-term goals. The real growth in investing comes from patience and allowing time to work in your favor. Markets are inherently volatile in the short term, and it's easy to get caught up in the noise of daily price movements. However, history has shown that over long term, markets tend to trend upwards, rewarding those who stay the course. Investing isn't about quick wins, immediate results. It's about planting the seeds of your financial future, nurturing them with sound decisions, giving them the time they need to grow. Just as you wouldn't uproot a tree to check its progress, you shouldn't constantly second-guess your investments. Trust the process, focus on the long term, let your investments grow naturally. In time, you'll be rewarded with a sturdy, flourishing financial tree that stands the test of the time. Thank you so much. God bless.
You were listening to the Personal Finance Podcast for Doctors with Chanda Verma. If you find this podcast relevant and interesting, do share it with other doctors as well. It will be great if you leave a review, share, like and subscribe. You could also let us know if there is any specific topic that you would like us to cover. For any queries or help, you can get in touch with MFA's doctor practice team at 892-800-6140.